Governor Greg Abbott announces yet another strategy to clamp down on border security.
This time, he has issued an executive order allowing the state to use law enforcement resources to bring migrants who crossed illegally back to border ports of entry.
CBS Austin's Christian Flores is live tonight to explain why this move isn't as powerful as supporters suggest and what legal issues this could bring. Christian?
Governor Abbott made a clear distinction that he's bringing these undocumented migrants to the border instead of sending them to Mexico. That's because deportation is a federal, not a state power. Still, one immigration lawyer tells me that Abbott may still be in violation of federal law here.
We cannot sustain this type of invasion.
Just days after border county officials called on Texas to declare an invasion at the border, Governor Greg Abbott stopped short of this. Declaring an invasion would grant state law enforcement the federal power to deport undocumented immigrants. On Thursday, the governor issued an executive order authorizing the Texas National Guard and Department of Public Safety to bring these migrants back to ports of entry on the border. Immigration lawyer Eric Cedillo says this action still might not be legal.
But if they're breaking federal law, the state government doesn't necessarily have the ability to kind of make arrest on that basis.
At issue is the fact immigration enforcement is solely a power the federal government, not the state government, has. Abbott justified arrests under Operation Lone Star by classifying them as trespassing crimes, but Cedillo says that reasoning may not work here.
Operation Lone Star might be, at least there's a semblance of the violation of state law. In this context, there's only an assertion of violation of federal law. And because of that, there's a huge distinction. And I believe he's preempted from doing that.
This executive order comes a day after a new UT Texas Politics Project poll shows the race for governor between Abbott and Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke tightening. Joshua Blank, who helped conduct this poll, says this action helps Abbott appeal to his base, despite the fact it does not actually deport migrants like some believe.
Ultimately, Texas has faced a number of issues over the last few weeks having to do with guns, having to do with immigration, and having to do with abortion. Across those three issues, Greg Abbott performs best when focused on immigration.
Months ago, Abbott sent busloads of migrants to Washington, D.C., which is a day-long drive from the border. We asked his team if he had a plan to bring those migrants back to the border under his executive order and how he would do that. We did not get a response. We did hear from the coalition calling for an invasion declaration earlier this week. They say Abbott's order does not go far enough. Blank points to language in Abbott's order that could suggest this move is not off the table.
What I think this executive order does is walks right up to that line without necessarily doing any of those things, but certainly is a clear wave at those ideas.
And advocacy groups have moved beyond just criticizing this move by Governor Abbott. Raices is now calling on the Justice Department, for example, to step in and block this executive order from going into effect. Reporting live at the Texas Capitol, Christian Flores, CBS Austin News.